Hey guys, welcome back to Operation England. We are in the final? Nah, I must be dreaming. That didn't just happen, right? No, I did. I just double checked. It says 2-1 to England full time. Yep, 55 years after winning the World Cup, we are back into a final. My God, can you believe it? Honestly, I was born in 93. A lot of people maybe don't know. I'm 28 years old. I have watched, I think I'm on 10 or 11 tournaments now that England have been in, and I've been of an age that can understand football. I think my first one really was the 2002 World Cup when we were beaten by Brazil, that Ronaldinho free kick. I will never forget that. And here we are in 2020, Euro 2020 in 2021, and we're in a final. And you know what? We haven't been given this. A lot of people might be complaining tonight about the free kick that we were the penalty that we were given. They'll be talking about a free kick, and that is the goal that we'll talk about in a little bit, the Denmark goal. Whoa, unbelievable. But yeah, a lot of people might be mentioning that penalty and saying that England were gifted the penalty. But I think we did enough in this game to win regardless, okay? So if we put that aside, it was a soft penalty, okay? Otherwise, I'd argue that all the decisions have been fair. All of the results we've had have been fair. And we've had to beat some very good teams to get here. Ukraine were looking very good, in form, had scored quite a few goals. We smashed them. Germany, one of the toughest games as a nation we could have got. We have a fierce rivalry with the German team. I mean, to be fair, it's a rivalry from our side. I don't think they care. They beat us all the time, okay? In history, they beat us every single time. So it's huge for us. And we finally beat them. And of course, in the groups, for example, getting that draw with Scotland was a bit disappointing. But to beat Czech Republic and to beat Croatia, it's really not that bad. So the journey hasn't been easy for us. Maybe there was a little bit of luck tonight with that penalty, but we did enough. And now we're in the final. It genuinely could be coming home. We are 90 minutes away, potentially, from winning the Euros. And that means I'm 90 minutes away from possibly never having to wear this horrible hat again. I can't take it off during the game. We haven't lost when I've wore this. This is my lucky charm. So let's talk about the game itself, and I'll go through some player ratings and discuss how I thought the team got on. But let's talk about the goal. Denmark's free kick. When that went in, be honest, okay? Get your comments down below. Who thought it was happening? Who thought it was happening? The bottle. It just felt, I don't know, man. I saw it go in. I remember, because obviously I was doing a watch long. I watched the England games live. And I said before they took it, this could go in. It's perfect range. Who's the guy that scored it? Damsgaard, I think his name is. 7 million. I think it's Fiorentina that signed him. 7 million, or an Italian team signed him last year for 7 million. His value has skyrocketed. What a free kick. Absolutely brilliant. I think although Pickford maybe could have done better, you can't take anything away from the free kick itself. Such a powerful strike. And, people call Pickford T-Rex arms because his arms aren't exactly the longest for a typical goalkeeper. If you look at Mendy, Chelsea's Mendy, oh my God, his longs are longer than his whole body, it feels like. But Pickford maybe could have got to it. But regardless, what a free kick. And fair play to Denmark because they lost their opening 2 games in this tournament. They went through one of the most tragic things you can go through, and that is losing a player through... I mean, you call it an injury, I guess, but Eriksen was on the pitch, practically dead. It's remarkably rare that any players have to go through something like that in professional football, let alone just football in general. They recovered, and they haven't lost a game until today. So really, really well done to Denmark. I want to give them so much credit because they were, for me, the surprise package of the tournament. And if England were going to get knocked out by anyone, I would have chose Denmark. They were playing with their hearts on their sleeve and doing it for Eriksen as well. And really nice touch from England. I've heard that they've given the Denmark team an England shirt, number 10, Eriksen, signed by the whole squad. I think Belgium did that as well. There's a few rumours that other nations have done that. And that's just a really nice touch. There is still nice things to come out from football. You hear about all the hooliganism and racism, the people that are racist to footballers because they had a bad game or whatever. There is still some nice positive vibes coming from this beautiful game. But yeah, fair play Denmark. They were actually pretty good today. I don't think they deserved to go out, but England didn't deserve to go out either. One of us had to go through, and it's England today. It just is what it is. Let's talk about England's goals. Obviously, the equaliser was Harry Kane putting a beautiful pass behind for Saka. Star boy, Lil Chilly. Love that guy, man. He's doing Arsenal proud and doing England proud. What a game. He crosses it into the box on the ground. Sterling, I think, would have tapped it in, although he missed an absolute sitter about a minute before in a similar position. Who knows if he would have missed it? But, Denmark turned it into their own net, and it was 1-1. And then, of course, the penalty in the second half. And don't get me wrong, Sterling was running them ragged. He was having a great game. Sterling was remarkable today. He probably gets my man of the match. It probably would have been Schmeichel, actually. I think he would have got man of the match if they had gone through. But Sterling won us the game, I think. The winding run, and it's soft, but he definitely had contact. You can see it. It's very slight, and arguably maybe not enough for a grown adult to fall down. But the guy's 5'6". Like, come on, he's not exactly built like a truck, is he? And he's gone down. Players are taught these days, if you feel contact, go down. And after all, it was checked by VAR. So if it was a dive, if it wasn't a penalty, then VAR wouldn't have given it. But they've checked all the angles. They've given the penalty. And then Harry Kane missed it, to be fair. The keeper, Schmeichel, made a great save. He was remarkable today. Like, a really good game from him. He turned into his dad in his prime. But, he just couldn't keep the ball. Schmeichel's dived the right way. He's tried to kind of huddle the ball, and I think he's just kind of hit it with his left arm. It's gone back out into the box, and then Harry Kane slams it home with the rebound. So, unlucky Denmark. That's all I can say. I said I'd do some match ratings, the players, and I've got to say the two weakest players for me today were Pickford and, well, no, I don't want to say two weak players because I don't think Mason Mount was bad. I just don't think he did enough today to justify his starts. I think Grealish did so much more. But Pickford definitely was nervous, I think is the best way to describe it. Of course, this was our first conceded goal of the tournament, and Pickford has largely been brilliant. He's been part of the reason we haven't conceded for sure. But today, some of the moments where the ball was at his feet, he looked so stressed. He didn't want the ball. You could see it. And just making mistakes. He'd throw the ball out straight to a red shirt. Not an England red shirt, that is. We don't even have a red kit this tournament, okay? I didn't really think Pickford had a great game, and I was actually a bit worried that if it went to penalties, that I'd rather Schmeichel in goal if we're having penalties. I'd rather Pope, Henderson, even Johnston in goal. I think just because I think Pickford just had a very nerve-wracking game. But to be fair to the guy, he still made a couple of saves, and I don't think he was awful. But if we got knocked out today, I would definitely be talking about him a little bit more. And as I said, Mason Mount wasn't terrible, but I don't think he does enough, at the moment at least, in this team to justify his selection when you've got players like Sancho, Rashford, Grealish, Foden. It's remarkable how many players we have on the bench. We've got such good quality. I think man of the match was Sterling. I think Saka had a fantastic first half, a little bit quieter in the second half. He's just so direct. He loves to run in behind and take on players, whereas I think, maybe Sancho likes to keep the ball with his feet close and look for a pass, which is fine. We've got both types of wingers in that way. I thought Declan Rice and Phillips were fantastic again. Luke Shaw, solid at left back. Kyle Walker was, for me, our best defender tonight. The pace he has, it's disgusting, isn't it? You see the ball going behind you thinking, oh no, they're through. And then suddenly you see Kyle Walker go straight through, nicks the ball, and we're fine. He was brilliant today. John Stones and Maguire, solid as always. Maguire has gone under the radar since, the beginning of this tournament when he wasn't playing. To come into the team after being out for a few months, to play the way he has been, you've just got to give it to him. Fantastic displays from Maguire. I'd give England a solid 6.5, 7 out of 10 tonight. It wasn't our best performance of the tournament, but we've gone through. I think if we played Italy today, or Spain today, or Germany today, I think we might have lost. So it's one of those things, you know, thankfully we've come up against Denmark, who are a good team, but they're not up there with the top tiers, you know, the top Italian, Spain's, and, you know, Germany had an off day, I think, as well, an off tournament again. So, you know, we could say we're a little bit lucky that maybe today could have been tougher, but no disrespect to Denmark at all. Don't take it that way. I just think that, you know, England probably could have got knocked out tonight with that performance, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day. We are in the final, and it's going to be Italy. Get your predictions down below. I think we'll beat Italy. I had a feeling, and I made this prediction many times, that if we played Spain in the final, I just had a feeling that they would tear us apart. They might concede a few, but they'll outscore us. Whereas Italy, I don't know. I think we'll have them. We'll have them. It's coming home, guys. It's coming home. Thank you for watching. Just so you know, I'm probably streaming right now. I'm playing the new F1 game. I've got it early, and I'm playing Breaking Point. So if you're into the F1 sport, into F1 the game, then please check out the stream. The link is down below. I'll be live for a couple of hours tonight. And then I'm going to rest my voice because, yeah, it's hurting. That was an intense game. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time when we play Italy in the final. Come on, lads! Bring it home!